Well, howdy, howdy, howdy. Nearly Senior Citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls, and welcome to this, another brand new day. I was here when Willard Nutt pulled that lever on the post. The first click opened up what you can see through the framework. Look at all of them. Each of those stars is billions of light years away, and yet we can see all the detail on them. The skin, the scales. The size of the stars must be incredible that we can see such detail on them from this distance. Look at them. Look at those teeth. And I was here when Willard pulled the lever to the second click. Yes, indeed, it is. What the hell is it, Sunday? It is Sunday, and I've been up since about 5:45. I was awake, half asleep from about 5-ish until I got up, so I slept pretty good. Again, I went to bed early. I just 11 o'clock, and I started packing it up. There have been times 6 months ago, 7 months ago, I was staying up till 3 o'clock in the morning because, hey, it's like I wanted to play a game. I was having fun. I didn't have anything to do except recording, so it wasn't going to hurt anybody or me all that much. So I do that. Now I hit 11 o'clock, and I'm like, okay, that's it. I can't stay awake anymore. And so I get everything together and I go to bed. Oh my gosh, it's just so strange. I'm not used to that. Speaking of things sleeping, as I stumble over my words, I wish my hamsters weren't quite the hamsters. Hamsters are most active during the hours of dusk and dawn. The rest of the time they sleep. If they wake up and need to go eat, they go and they look for food, and then they eat it, and then they go back to sleep. Or they go get a drink, and then they go back to sleep. And they go to the bathroom, and then they come back and they go to sleep. And then when it becomes the hours of dusk or dawn by their biochemical clocks, then they're up and they're running around and they're doing stuff. As soon as it gets around 7, 8 o'clock at night, I've got a bunch of hamsters running around. When I come in the morning at about anywhere from 5:30 to 6:30 here, sometimes earlier, sometimes later, depending on how things work out. But little Gojira will be running around, and little Dustmuff will be running around, and I'll hear like Saber running around, and I can look down and I can sometimes see Figmo. So they're active, but then it gets to be 7 o'clock and everything's quiet. And even little Gojira at 7:40 is just down in, oh good lord, is down inside of her mason jar. So thumbs up for that. I wish I could show them off, and if I wanted to be rude, I could. Hamsters can adapt to your own sleep schedule. As long as you give them time to sleep, you can bother them at other times of the day, and it's not going to be bad. They can adapt. It's just that I know how hard it is to sleep, and I know how difficult it is, can be to stay asleep, and especially if you're a prey animal, I don't want to interrupt their sleep. I want them to stay nice and healthy, so I try not to wake them up. And again, there are times when, the only interaction that I will have with them is opening up their homes and scattering some food, because I scatter feed. I don't put them in bowls or in specific spots. I scatter feed, which is just, I put a little handful of their seeds in my hand, and then I just shake my hand loosely and let the seeds just spray and bounce everywhere in their cage. And this, because hamsters are burrowing/foraging creatures. They're not used to things being just put for them in a bowl. And so to help them out, because it helps alleviate boredom, and it helps them keep their skills up as they hunt for their food. So I scatter feed, and I can't remember where I was going with that, but oh yes, it's my interactions with them, where it's just I'll open up the cage and I'll scatter feed, or I'll just open up the cage, their home, the lid on their home, to make sure that everything's okay inside, and then I'll just let them be. So occasionally there's the thing that comes in up from up above, but on the whole, they just have their little hamster lives in their little hamster homes. So it's important that you do give them handling time. And I wish I had better room for this, but I don't. If I put a hamster onto the floor, I've got stuff, my desk that I've got my computer stuff on, and I've got a thing over there, and then there's the hamster cage things against the wall, and then I got the bookcases behind me. There's things that the hamsters could get behind. If you can, one really, really good thing to do is to hamster-proof a room. Got a room where you can block things so they can't like go under doors or into holes, into little cubby holes. Like, if you got a bathroom, you may occasionally, if you have a bathroom, if you take a look in your bathroom, you may notice that along your floorboards underneath, there's not always a straight connection. Sometimes there's a hole, and your hamsters can go whoop inside of there, and then you got to wait for them to come out. So you got to hamster proof your place, but it is really, really a good thing to bring them out and then just let them free run, which of course isn't free. You don't just set them loose and then ignore them while you do other things. You have to watch, but you just let them explore. They are naturally curious. They are born explorers. They love to check stuff out and go sniffing and snurfing and looking underneath things. So give your pet some free time, and it's a good thing. Definitely a thumbs up. And also, as a different thing, because I don't have guinea pigs, and while I like rodents and guinea pigs are cute, I like them, they don't hit that spot inside of me that says, oh, they just hit that spot that says, oh, that's cute. Yeah. I mean, if you gave me one, I'd take care of it, but whereas hamsters, even mice, from what I've been seeing, and then I've had rats in the past, and I really like rats. They're very affectionate, very smart, frighteningly so. But I've been watching, this is one of the things I've wanted to talk about over like the past week, but whenever the webcam comes on, I forget. I have been amazed at the differences between like hamsters and mice. I mean, dwarf hamsters, I don't know so much about, but you can keep them together under conditions so that they're not just alone. So you can have brothers or sisters, and so they live in more than one of them in a cage. You can do that, and it's okay. You got to watch them because you may have to separate them, but it can be done, and there's nothing wrong with that. Syrian hamsters are solitary, completely solitary, except when the female goes into heat. When it's not that time, they will kill and eat each other. But mice, oh my gosh, I'm amazed by this. I've been watching this one channel's videos about mice. They have just a mice channel, and it's amazing. There's some of these mice that they demand cuddles and pets. They'll just chase down. When the person puts their hand in there, they'll run up right into the hand, and they'll lean into their hand, and they're just closed eyes and loving it as they're getting little rubs. And then they'll have the mice will just come up and almost fight just so that they can get hand rubs. I love that. And then taking care of babies. I am, again, all mice have their own personalities, like hamsters, like people, but on the whole, mice love mice babies, and not to eat, but to take care of. Male mice, other female mice, when they find one mouse mother has had babies, Like, they'll come in and they'll help take care of them. And even the male mice. I bought some of these things that was so cute, where there would be like a litter, and then all these other mice would come in and then pick up one of the babies and then take it back to their spot and then just groom it and take care of it. And then once they were satisfied, they'd bring it back out. They were all involved. It's just amazing. It's beautiful. It's awesome. So incredible. Again, all mice have different personalities, like everything. You're going to find some mice that are just going to go, hey, lunch. And you're going to find some mice that are the exact opposite and super protective. But definitely a thumbs up. And boy, some of these mice that I have seen in there, I really like hamsters. I mean, you know that. I mean, I've gone on a sacred vision quest, and my spirit totem animal is the hamster. But boy, if I could find some mice that were like the mice in these videos, you know, they're not lab mice, straight lab mice, because these were slightly fluffier, and they weren't tiny mice that, you know, you use as feeders. They were larger mice and fluffy and just cute and awesome. Definitely a thumbs up. So in the future, I may have some mice. That's in the future. And a big may. Now, the way these people were taking care of their mice was also quite amazing, because I don't know how the room was set up so that if it was like mouse proofed. I don't know if you can, but these mice lived in cubbyhole areas inside, like cupboards. They would be in a room. So they were like drawers that you would pull out, except they didn't have fronts, except for maybe an inch or two. But they were all open. They were just open. So all of these places where all the mice would live were just open. No wire, no mesh, no glass, nothing. It was just open areas that they lived in inside of this room. So I don't know that I'd want to do that, especially with a cat, since I'm also a cat person. But it's an interesting way to do things. Allergies, and of course cannabis use. Thumbs up for that. It's, boy, the only reason I can move is from cannabis use. I was on 28 different prescription medications for pain before, only one of them being a narcotic, which was methadone, which was on 45 milligrams daily, which was the equivalent of 90 milligrams of morphine daily, along with 28 other meds to try and deal with things. And I was losing my mobility. I could not sign my name in one go. I had to use a walker to walk. I was losing everything. The only thing I'm on is cannabis, and I go on 6-7 mile walks. I can do things even after I severed my radial nerve and this hand was paralyzed. The nerves have grown back, which they do. That's not unusual. They do. Spinal nerves don't. Your body nerves do. They just grow, and then they will reconnect. That's a good thing. Yes, cannabis use. Fibromyalgia for the win. So I've been having to deal with knowing that without this bad stuff, well, lately my hand has really been getting worse. I talked before about how my wrist really will sometimes hurt, and it does maybe seem to be connected with using my little 8-pound dumbbell, but on the other hand, it doesn't as well, so I don't know. But I've been having lots of deep, bone-deep pain inside of this hand building up, even through the cannabis use. So, thumbs up. Life is life, though. I mean, fibromyalgia is not just a one-thing deal. It continues to grow and change in your body. And of course, I'm getting older, so thumbs up for that. And the cardiac people, I've been having the concerns about my heart with the way it'll misfire when I walk real fast up hills, and the crease in my ear that is sometimes indicative. Well, if you have the heart condition, it always makes a crease, but that's not the only reason you can get a crease in your earlobe. So I'm getting that checked out. I had I saw my primary care provider. She put out a referral to the community. They called me. I called them. I told them, you know, I'd like to go really no much further than like 40 miles out from where I am, you know, circle. And 7 to 10 business days, and they'll get back to me with an appointment time. So definitely a thumbs up. We're going to get that found out. Hopefully it's just nothing. Hopefully. And if it's not nothing, hopefully it's something that I can take care of really, really easily. Definitely a thumbs up on that. Oh my God, let's hope. And I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments on my community tab, which was really super easy. Barely any comments at all. I don't even know if I have 20 to 25 comments to go through and thank in American Sign Language. So I count 20 to 25 because with my depression and fibro, I get lost. If I mispronounce the username, no disrespect is intended. I'm an American English speaker, in case you hadn't noticed. And of course, I'm not reading the comments right now, except accidentally. I have very good peripheral vision. I'm just thanking you for having left a comment, good, bad, indifferent. The fact is, you took the time to leave a comment. Thank you very much. Semicolon. We have Wimpy Denton. Thank you very, very much. And Emily! There's an exclamation point after the Emily. So thank you very much. Neuronas, greatly appreciated. Ice Demon, thumbs up, thank you. Philip Scott, greatly appreciated. Confused Owl 29, thumbs up and thank you very much. Fernanda Rion, thank you very much. Tony Bennett, greatly appreciated. Kathy Kitscat, thumbs up and thank you so much. And here's hoping the best. Hope he smokes. Pure Tips, thank you very much. Oscar Phoenix, greatly appreciated. Fergst, FRGST, greatly appreciated. Plankagast, thank you very much. Colin Reisnauer, greatly appreciated. Seafood, thank you very much. Morgan Harris, well, kind of unpleasant, but still not abusive, so thank you. Ya boy Bilson, thumbs up and thank you very much. Thomas Baxter, greatly appreciated. MK Wasaka 1613, thumbs up and thank you. Perfect Tragedy, greatly appreciated. Then we have SC6RY.MP4YT, thumbs up and thank you. Bailey Snyder, greatly appreciated. Judy Jude, thank you very much. Russian Timing, greatly appreciated. And last but not least, Weeru X, thumbs up and thank you all so very, very much. Greatly appreciated each and every one of you. You get me out of my head, into the world, dealing with real people, even if only in text. And thank you very, very much. It's very important when you are depressed to get out of your head. And if you could check out my various links, I have Twitter, Facebook, GoFundMe, Patreon.com. If you could donate to my GoFundMe campaign or become a Patreon.com patron like one of these beautiful and awesome people, that would be beautiful and awesome. If you would like to help me out monetarily but don't want to contribute to one of those two, I do have a PayPal link down below. If you could contribute, that would be awesome. I'm negative in my checking account already, and that's not good. So if you could help, that would be awesome. If you wanted to help me out but didn't want to send money, I have an Amazon wish list down below. If you could check that out, it's got things like cat food, hamster food, silly things, non-silly things. If you could check that out, that would be very cool. Do not feel obligated. I don't feel entitled. And if you cannot donate, or you simply cannot donate, I take all good wishes and I deposit them in the bank of my heart where I draw interest. So thank you very much. And if you could toss me a like, I do appreciate all the positive validation I get for my existence. Definitely a thumbs up. And of course, if you could subscribe to the channel, that would be very cool. Greatly appreciated. And of course, make sure to hit that bell. That would be very cool. Definitely a thumbs up. I would understand if you did not wish to, but if you are down with it, I will do my very best to keep you entertained from now until the literal end of time. Definitely a thumbs up. Well, shuckle my duckle. I have this video here, in case you didn't notice that you had been watching it. I have another video that I have to edit and render, and then hopefully I'm going to get something else recorded and then edited and then rendered for later today. But if I don't, that's okay too. Definitely a thumbs up. So, how do I do this? So, gosh darn it. You take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side there. I think that's the way it's supposed to be done. I will see you on the flip side, and that, my friend, is a very good thing. I am very confused this morning. Hopefully you're doing better.